Hello, my friends. Agus Folklóir. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let me ask you, do you ever feel low, lackluster, a little bit dimmed? If so, so do I. And I think pretty much every other human being who's ever lived. Well, today I have something for you that helps me. It's inspired by the Irish language, and it helps me feel like I get my shine back, and pretty quickly, actually. And it feels like coming back into the driver's seat of a creative, adventurous life. It's fun. So I'm excited to share that with you. If this is your first time, let me just say my name is Kate. Like you, I'm a multi-passionate creator. I was just reflecting that as of this fall, I've been playing the piano for 50 years, which is so exciting to have that depth of experience and love affair with music. I'm also a professor of Irish language and folklore, and I have been at that for 25 years. So I've been in the game for a long time, and I just love how these two, Irish tradition and creativity, play together. So last week I had COVID, and believe it or not, it was my first time, and it really hit me hard. And not only did it hit me hard physically, I felt terrible, but I felt very low, actually, in my spirits. It really felt like my light was dim, and my sense of mission and purpose was unmoored from me. And I hate that feeling. I really felt quite adrift. Well, as so often, I find myself, my books and words are really medicine, are a cure for me. And I was looking up something in this dictionary, which is Father Dinneen's Irish dictionary, Foclóir, Gaedhilge, agus Béarla. This book was published by the Irish Text Society in 1927 for the first time. And I'll just sort of hold up so you can take a look. It is actually partly, I don't know if you can see any of that, it's in the old script and it's pre-spelling reform. And it's a little bit different from other dictionaries because Father Dinneen lists every verb by the I form. So instead of, for instance, if you were going to look up a verb like to shine, solshi, you would look up the infinitive in most modern dictionaries. But if you look it up in Father Dinneen, you have to know that you're going to find it under the first person singular. So it will be solshim, I shine. So it's quite different. It's a different approach, especially to the verbs. It's a different approach to many words. And I encourage you, I'll put, again, I'll write this in the comments below, but it's really an amazing, amazing book. It is a book of treasures, if you ask me. And I couldn't be without it. And in a house of books, you can just see a few of them here. There's millions of books in this house. This is one of my essential books. Well, anyway, feeling a little bit low, and I was doing a little bit of work for a class I'm teaching, I happened to come across this word. I was looking at the word fuinche, which is a source. It's also like a source of information, but it's also a source of water. And right below the word, I found this, fuinchim, I spring forth, I begin to shine as the day. And immediately I felt a lift. I begin to shine as the day. I spring forth, fuinchim. So that got me going, and I thought, well, what else have you got for us, Father Dinneen? And I just want to share a few of these because they're so wonderful. And right away, I believe in the power of the energetic power of words, spoken or read, that they affect us immediately. I mean, we're learning so much about how our bodies work, and we're learning that we have a chemical reaction pretty much to every single stimulus. And so, of course, it's not a surprise that we have an instant chemical reaction to certain words and ideas. I mean, just look at the newspaper and feel the chemical reaction. Sometimes it's not a good one. Versus with this, we can have a deliberate chemical reaction. So let me just share with you, another one that I looked up was lani. Listen to this. Lanim, so that's I get into a passion. I provoke, I exasperate, I rejoice, grow glad, become enraptured. Now all of that together, right, it comes from the verb lani, which we usually use these days just to mean to live and settle in a place. But I get into a passion, I provoke, I exasperate, I rejoice, grow glad, become enraptured. All of that together, you can feel the energy of that. Even I provoke and exasperate, I see that in a new way. I see the activity of that and the deliberate, focused energy of that. Just above that was lan rihim. Listen to this. I run at high speed. Lan rihim. I run at high speed. Lan rim. I flash, shine out, gleam. I grow bright. And kyol walam. I chant. I sing the praises of. Kyol. I really want you to have that word. It means music. And it means life force. It means energy. So kyol walam. I sing the praises of. Literally, music I praise. So I sing the praises of. I chant. How about this one? Fiam. I weave. Plait, meaning to braid. Twist, dress as the hair. I compose a poem. Now that tells you, the reason to get close to Irish language on this level is because you begin to understand something rich, which is the idea that in composing a poem, making a poem, we are in same with music, with making music, we are in some way braiding, I believe, our individual essence into tradition, into the all, into what is there. It is an amazing act of braiding, of plaiting, of weaving. So those were just some. There's so many more, and I won't go on and on, but you get the idea. Well, this I got thinking, and I thought, gosh, if these things right away are making me feel so much more active and in charge of my life and excited again, and again, that dim feeling of being a little bit ill, well, kind of a lot ill, and then coming back to feeling like shining, right? Fuinshim, I spring forth, I begin to shine as the day. Even the poem of that. So then I just thought, well, let me make a couple of these myself. And this is, maybe you can guess, this is where we're going. Let's invent some active verbs for ourselves inspired by Father Dinneen's dictionary. So I came up with this. Just, these are crazy ones, but they feel so good. I hold out a piece of fruit. I offer my best. That could be a verb. Here's another one. I enter the kingdom of October. I gavotte in the presence of equals. Feels so good. Finally, I reach, touch, make contact with. I set a course. I come safely into harbor. Just saying those things raises my spirits so much. And I think the reason is because they are preceded by I. We know that I is incredibly powerful as a word. I am, many people will tell you, are the most powerful words in the English language or in any language. I am, because what follows them is your destiny. So this is a little twist on that though, because you're suddenly being active and it feels wonderful. So I'd love for you to try this. I would love to hear your invented verbs. Make up as many as you like and put them in the comments. Again, I hold out a piece of fruit. I offer my best. That feels so good to say. play with those. Play, the ones that I shared with you that all start with lun are sort of about shining and gleaming, growing bright. Maybe there are ones about your creativity. Maybe there are ones about shining or making sounds or singing. See what you think, but play with this. So 2 things. I'd love to see these in the comments. Please share with us. We will be delighted. You will get a lot of love from me and from everyone. And thank you, everyone, for your wonderful comments every week. But also say them out loud. Let's use this little tool to lift our spirits, to feel better, to feel re-energized. It's instant. No waiting. No need for a course of therapy. Just use words right now and feel better. Not saying anything against therapy, by the way, but just to say this is a tool that we can use to feel good right away. So choose your verbs, say them out loud, share them with us here in the comments, and we would love so much to see them. So thank you as ever for being here. Please do like the video. Please share this. If you have a friend who could use a lift, please send it along. I'd love that. And if you haven't joined us, please subscribe. As ever, I love being with you. I hope you have a wonderful week in which you shine, you spring forth, and you praise and chant your own beauties and virtues. I'll see you next week. Slán na Nisha Kharja.